my son back.
It's so not a thing anymore.
Well, when I dropped him back at Michigan State, boy, dorm rooms are a lot different than they used to be, obviously, because I'm 100 years old and the technology wasn't there. But I was moving his stuff in, and I hadn't been back to his dorm until since we dropped him off at the beginning of the year. So they're all set up. His roommate wasn't there yet. And so they had like Xbox, NES. They had an old 64 there. They had everything. Mm-hmm. So we're in there and we're shooting the breeze or whatever, and he's plugging in playing Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
On Expert. I go,
oh, me
you're
too.
going to
That's
class, right? Yeah, he was wailing on this Foghat song or something. And I was like, you are going to class, right? Because it looks like you've been practicing this a lot.
It's fun.
I mean, he played when he was younger, so maybe it's a little bit of a holdover from that.
It's very much so like riding a bike. You come back, you play a couple warm-up songs, and I'm back, baby!
Only time I liked playing Guitar Hero, unless it was a song I knew extraordinarily well, but again, I'm not a guitar player, I'm a drummer, right? Mm-hmm. I always felt accomplished if I played Guitar Hero, but only on easy.
It's only 3, and it's like every other note.
Yes, but you're like blue, orange, red, green. Yeah. Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. It's like the only video game I actually play. And I don't even play that much, but yeah.
I just remember it was when I was still on the air in Chicago, and me
it's like 2007, maybe even before that when it came out.
Around 2007 is when Dragon Force, that band, Through the Fire and the Flames, they got big off that song because it was on Guitar Hero. And my late co-host and I had an appearance at the Chicago Auto Show. And so they had our station had a huge setup. We had like a 200-inch screen or something, you know, and we had Guitar Hero on it. So our station booth was you could come play Guitar Hero. And this like 5-year-old Japanese kid walks up.
Wailed.
On that song on Expert, like he's drawing a crowd of people watching him play. And I'm just standing there with like my jaw on the floor.
Yeah. There was some people like that. They got YouTube famous because Instagram, Twitter, none of that was around really.
Right.
But they would get like millions of hits on their YouTube videos because they would play those songs perfect.
Yeah.
Like to be able to do that is unbelievable. It's just so fast.
Well,
how do your hands move that fast?
But if you're 5, you also have to be. I mean, I hope
he got these tiny little hands. That's what I'm saying. The guitars they don't come smaller, you know.
Well, and I always hoped that being proficient at Guitar Hero would not keep people from picking up actual instruments and playing them. That's what I always said to my kids when they were younger. I'm like, Guitar Hero is a lot of fun, but I hope that this inspires kids to pick up real guitars and play, which are not as easy as orange, blue, green. But if you're a 5-year-old kid playing that song on Expert, if you put a regular guitar in his hand, there had to be some kind of
something out.
prodigy level type stuff where he could figure that out.
He's got some sort of rhythm already.
That's right.
It.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm very good at that game, but I don't think I could play. I mean, I've never tried to learn how to play guitar.
Well, maybe that's your calling.
Playing guitar?
No, like playing Guitar Hero professionally.
Oh, maybe. I'm not that good. I'm not professional.
Yet.
Good. Yet. Also true, yet.
No one starts out great. Right? Mm-hmm. Everybody loves Tom Hanks. He was at the Golden Globes the other night. He gave a heartwarming speech. He received the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award, and he mentioned his early days here in Cleveland. He was part of the Great Lakes Shakespeare Company or something like that when he was cutting his teeth as an actor.
Great Shakes Shakespeare Company.
That's right. And it's conventional wisdom that everybody loves Tom Hanks, that he's just a great, great guy.
I thought that was Mary's unpopular opinion.
That was only my opinion. I got so much flack for that opinion. My tweets were blowing up. Everyone said, how dare you?
This is Mary's hot take is that everybody loves Tom Hanks. And that is one of those tweets that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. That's going to lose you a job someday.
It will.
When somebody goes digging and spelunking through Mary's old timeline, they're going to go, do you guys know that in 2020 she said everyone loves Tom Hanks, who we now know in 2025 is a pederast?
Well.
Anywho, one person does not like Tom Hanks in Hollywood, and it's the least likely suspect. And I'm torn because I like both of these gentlemen very much.
Post Malone.
Tim Allen.
Henry Winkler.
Henry
Winkler has been on my show many times over the years.
He likes everybody.
Not in a few years, but I love Henry Winkler. Love him on Barry. Loved him as Barry Zucker-Korn. Isn't that who he was on Arrested Development?
Yes.
And he calls in here anytime he's got a fishing book to plug, whatever. If there's anybody nicer in Hollywood than Tom Hanks, it usually is Henry Winkler. But he...
Is that why he doesn't like him?
Well, no, he directed... I'll play this clip. He was doing a show, and he directed... He was hired to direct Turner and Hooch. but he got fired because he didn't get along with Tom Hanks. Didn't like Tom Hanks. Now, granted, that was earlier in both of their careers. That movie's 30 years old. Maybe they've since mended fences. But imagine that. Two of the widely reported nicest guys button heads. That's what I like. I want the dirty underbelly of the whole thing.
I was directing that movie for 13 days.
No!
And then I was called into Jeff Katzenberg's office. He said, "Do you have everything with you? Go home."
No!
I got along great with that dog. Love that dog.
Did you ever see the movie?
I don't remember the title of that movie.
It was Turner and Hooch. It was Tom Hanks was a cop, and he had a dog. I remember the dog. All I remember that movie is the towards the end, the dog
Died.
jumping through glass to save Tom. Does the dog die in Turner and
I've never
Hooch?
seen it.
No, I think he gets shot, but I think he lives.
He gets shot and lives, and then at the end, it's like puppies or something, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nowadays they would end the movie because it got to really tug at your heartstrings. These days, they would kill that dog. You know, Turner and Hooch is probably a movie that they have tried to reboot a number of times. People are like, "I'll only reboot that movie if we can either kill Turner or Hooch." Yeah.
Have you had that though personally when like there's somebody that all your friends like or that everybody likes, you're like, I don't like this guy.
You mean like a celebrity or personally?
Personally.
Absolutely.
Like, where like everybody seems to like this dude and I cannot stand him.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And that person is me.
It's you.
It is me.
Alan, you need to practice self-love.
As you know,
wait.
everyone likes me,
everybody
Bill.
likes you?
Except
Okay.
me. You know, Bill. Everyone. What's not to like? I like when people die at gender reveal parties. That's a hot
Falling
take.
off cliffs.
Chances are, if you don't have a friend like that, you are that friend.
Right, yeah.
Because I was trying to think, I was like, I don't think I have anybody that I really like hate. I'm like,
I don't have
people
very
probably
many
think that about
either.
me.
No, I don't hate anyone,
there's
but there
people
are
where I'm
people
like,
that were like, really? He's such a great guy. I'm like, don't like him.
Keep him away from me.
And it's a lot of
You be
times
cordial.
a lot of times it's not even because they've done something to me. I just get a weird vibe
Yes.
off someone.
I'm just like, I cannot stand that person.
And then, like,
Yeah.
especially if down the road you'll find out something, you go, see, everybody said I was an a-hole, but AC turned out to be right.
Yeah.
They're
Usually the
Again.
people that are too outgoing. Those people always
Like always on or
always
different than
on,
that?
always try and get everybody to like them.
Oh,
Always
God,
like,
yes,
make it
we
all
know.
about them, and I just can't.
Life of the party.
And everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're so much fun." I'm like, I don't have fun at all with that person.
I have friends where they are the planners. Like whenever there's a big get together amongst all of the gays in town or all of our friends, they're the people that put it together. And when somebody else steps in the way of that, they're like, stay in your lane. So they could be the nicest person ever, but they're like, oh, let's get together for this at my house. They're like, your house? Did you plan this? Oh, no.
Like,
Did you do it? What?
Another thing that people drive me crazy with, they're like, "Oh my God, this person's so." Don't try and sell someone as funny to me.
Oh, right.
Let them be funny.
Like a regular person? Yeah.
Any person, even if they're
You don't
a
mean not
comedian.
okay.
Anybody.
You're going to love them.
Don't
They're
try and
hilarious.
Yeah. It's like when you tell me you're gonna love this song. Well,
Let me hear it.
Now I'm not.
Now I'm probably not gonna like it because
But yeah, I might,
you oversold
though.
it. I
So
might, but
This guy's really funny. I go, oh, he was funny.
Is it
No,
the same?
sometimes
You were right.
But especially with like a regular person, but even with a comedian, like when someone's like, "Oh, this person's so funny," they're like the funniest person, and then I'm like, okay, and then I hang out with them, and I'm like, not that funny. They're trying to be
Dude,
funny, but they're not.
You
funny.
got him on an off night, Bill.
Yeah.
There's a comic that works a lot of the same clubs that I work in the Midwest, and every time I see his name, I'm like, I swear to God, like there are
Text
few people. I already pulled it up. There are few people.
Do I know who it is?
Oh yeah, I no.
There are very few
Yeah, I know who
people.
that is.
There are very few people that I've worked with that I hope are not successful, and he's one of them. I swear
Why do you
my
go that
life-
far?
There's two people in my entire comedy career that I watch, and I'm like, I wish you wouldn't get the things you get. Which I know they work hard, but he's not a good person, and I'm like,
Oh, this has nothing to do with their abilities, you mean?
well, I think it
They're
makes,
they're getting success because of their comedic abilities,
but
not
it-
their personal.
So this is where I can't draw the line.
there are
I
plenty
don't-
of awful, rich and famous people.
I don't know if I find them less funny because I hate them so much.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Because
Sure.
I'll just sit and watch the show and be like, not funny,
You can't-
misogynistic, racist.
You
Like
hate
every
that
single
bitch.
thing he says. Every single thing he says. I just sit back with my arms arms folded, and I'm like, misogynistic, racist, Dave Chappelle joke, like everything I'm going
my
through,
God.
just picking their
Doesn't
sets
mean
apart.
it's not funny, though.
There's
all
two
those things
people.
you rattled off are all real funny things. But you can't separate the art from the artist.
I don't know that I can. That's what I'm saying, where I'm like, people are laughing. This person gets booked. Like, I see that. There's a reason for it. But I hate everything that comes out of your face. It's one of those things. And I've had to work with the guy several times, and I just sit there seething, and I'm just like, God. Man,
does he
I do
get
not
any
like
of that
him.
vibe off of you, or is he just cool and
No.
cordial to you?
He's
Or does he try to big time you?
it's not even, it's kind of big timey.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I really don't like the guy. Like, he'll say something, and I won't compliment his set. I don't say good set because I don't like him. So I'm like, because when people come up and say, hey, man, good set. I like this, that, or the other. I don't say one word.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie
If
to
you
you.
don't have
I'm not-
something nice
right.
to say. Yeah.
We can sit there, and we'll get through this weekend together.
Right. And that comedian's name? Dane Cook.
Nailed it.
All right, I'm going to send you to L.A. here. Our sold-out Alter Ego Festival is 10 days from now. It's January the 18th. Blink-182 and Billie Eilish, the Black Keys. You and a pal fly you out, put you up, get you to the show, the whole thing. There are a precious few of these trips left, so good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Time for your shot at a trip to our iHeartRadio Alter Ego now. Text the nationwide keyword ALT to the number 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's ALT to the number 200-200. Good luck from 100.7 WMMS.
What a sticky wicket, though. You know, when you've got a...
I'm like,
Deal
they're
with
doing
people.
something right
Yeah.
to be getting booked by these people, but it's just like,
I hate the
I
people.
don't even want to look at you.
But also, everybody has a different relationship with other people than with you, or if they know how to play the game properly, that goes a long way.
Or he'll get work at a club that doesn't work me, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, then, like I said, I try to be pretty good about that.
But that's
like,
on them, not him.
Right. I try to be pretty good about not comparing my career to others because, like you said, this person networks differently or whatever it might be. So I try to just keep your
Yup.
head in your own lane. But there's two people, and
Do
he's-
your own time.
I
Paddle
just
your
look-
own canoe, baby.
Well, with that guy, I don't think he's ever getting any. I think he's
Right. He's
peaked.
exactly where he's going to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah. I understand
You're-
that.
you're
But those are the clubs I'm
going
trying
up.
to get into.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, they're going to work this guy? And he's like, he's been doing the same jokes for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing.
Same jokes for 30
Oh,
years.
man.
When you
that's a
see
lot
the
of people.
person do the same joke, like you've worked with them once a year for 5 years and their act hasn't changed.
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
I don't know the act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful. If you saw it once, you've seen it 100 times.
Okay.
Again, I
Yeah.
can't pinpoint what it is about. He's kind of egotistical. He's kind of like he has a couple jokes where I was sitting with another comic in the back. I'm like, comic laughed. I'm like, you can't see how clearly racist that joke is, or you can't see how clearly misogynistic that joke is.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't mind that
Again,
if it's
those-
funny.
yeah.
If it's misogynistic or racist, but it's funny, I don't care.
Yeah.
Your job
That's
is to
what
be
I'm saying
funny.
is maybe that I'm being a little too critical. But everybody likes
Well, it's because
it.
you're a woman and you're emotional.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I can't keep myself together. How dare I?
Yeah, of
Try
course.
to form opinions on others.
I hate the people.
You just can't get the context,
You're right, you're
the
right.
subtleties of his hot
You're right,
takes,
you're
Mary.
right.
So what about this person besides his comedy made you hate him in the first place? The way he talks, the way he walks, the way
He's
he carries
very.
himself.
This is something I'm noticing in myself. I get along with a lot of people. The type of person that really, really gets under my skin, and I cannot stand, is the type of person who's incredibly egotistical for what is seemingly no reason. When I don't find them very funny, or they're not very attractive, or they aren't wealthy, or it's like they're so full of
So
themselves.
anybody that just has confidence you don't
yeah.
Why are you so confident?
some people are,
Why are
you know,
so full of
The
yourself?
old fake it till you make it.
But I'm like, you're all around a pretty terrible person.
like. I see, but anytime I see anybody like that, I assume that is false confidence.
I hate it.
It's
I
not,
hate it so much.
It's not real confidence. That's different than like real confidence isn't being egotistical.
I also
I
believe
guess.
that sooner or later that person will step on the wrong toes, or they will piss off the wrong people, or they will accumulate more people who feel about them like you do.
Right.
And it will all be over.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know.
It's fine.
And
right. I
if-
shouldn't let it. It doesn't like preoccupy time in my brain unless I see them working. And I'm like,
You see
man,
them on the schedule or
I
something.
see them on a
yeah.
schedule or like a club that I'm going to, or I'll get paired with them. Because the amount of working comics in the road when you're in the Midwest, you end up working with a lot of the same people.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm just like, oh, not again. Like,
Huh.
you know.
Maybe your New Year's resolution should be to try to see a different facet of this person.
Maybe.
You've been too difficult. Maybe you've been not difficult. Maybe
I've
you've
definitely been standoffish. I've definitely been
too
like,
aloof.
Maybe that's your true love.
No. Ew,
You never
know.
Yeah,
You always say never.
Yeah, it's like one of
No.
those rom-coms.
Absolutely not.
You hate each other at first, and
Yep.
then all of a sudden, you guys get stuck in some crappy gig together,
Exactly.
and you fall in
It
love.
would
Your
never
flight gets
happen.
canceled, and then you guys got to stay in a
Stuck
hotel
in the
together.
Minneapolis airport for 14 hours
Yeah,
or something.
and he's
No way.
like your last resort, your last
Whoa.
ride home. He's just like, wow, I'm seeing him in a different light. I never
No
saw
way.
you like this before.
Because he's the type of person who would be like, hey, can we rent the thing on your visa? Because mine isn't right. I'll pay you half back, but since I'm the headliner, you should drive anyway. Like that kind of a thing. You know what, man?
Well, then sounds like he's already grasping at straws.
That's also a scenario she just made up right now. Like,
What?
like
No,
he
if
would've-
we had to rent a car, I feel
Yeah.
like it would be more difficult than not, based on my interactions with this guy.
Yeah, it could be your true love. I think you should hit him up.
Not my true love.
See if he's on Tinder.
No,
I think he's
That's
engaged
good.
anyway.
he might be. I don't know.
Wow, even the guy you hate is falling in love.
Everybody's falling in love. Poundcake.
Engaged?
Engaged. People getting engaged and falling in love.
Hey, what's the matter with that?
And Mary's alone.
And I'm alone. I'm doing my thing.
I also hate the people that.
Hey, being alone's underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As upset as I was yesterday, I'm very proud of myself. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't gamble. And
No
I didn't
weed.
have sex to try to make myself feel better. I went and I ate tacos and I went to the gym and I went home and went to bed.
So food's your trigger, not any of those other things.
All of those. Well, you got to do so. I was hungry. I needed dinner
Yeah, I
either
know.
way.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to try to do this in the healthiest way that I can.
Yep.
But is weed your
Half
vice?
a dozen fish tacos. That'll
No.
take care of it.
Well, when you're and weed isn't I've never had a problem with weed like I did alcohol, but when you're in an emotional state, you shouldn't try to alter it. Whenever you're supposed to work through those emotions.
Smoke weed every day.
So instead of using weed to make myself feel better, you sit, you deal with your emotions, journal about it, and move on.
With things like
Journal about it.
I guess I've never
Journal.
worked through an emotion in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
That's not
journal about
everybody,
it,
but
yeah.
it
you're-
helps me.
If you're working
Journal.
through your emotions, you shouldn't do anything that you do. Like you shouldn't do anything differently. So if you smoke weed every day, and all of a sudden this day is like emotional distress, I'm not going to stop smoking weed.
Right, but
That's
I
going to
don't
stop
smoke
my
Weed every
process.
day.
I
Do
don't
you go
smoke
back
weed
and
every
read
day.
those journals?
I do, and it's actually pretty cool.
Oh.
At the
All
end
right.
of last year, I went back and read the whole year's worth, which was pretty cool because it was from my
Gay.
first entry of last year was when I quit my bartending job.
You make me
So-
want to drink just talking about
So
this.
to
Hella
read back,
gay.
to read back from everything I did with like sobriety and everything, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yay!
It's gay.
I'm
It's
more
real
of a
gay.
living every day as like I'm very in the moment. So
Yeah.
like thinking back and thinking forward, like I'm just like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, but I don't go,
But
oh,
it's-
this. Like I'm not that attached to my past or my future.
But it's cool to see how far I've come, is what I like. To go back to where I was, because I generally only journal when I'm having an intense emotion. If I'm very happy, very sad, something like that, and I kind of work through it that way. And then
Okay.
I read
no,
back.
that's good. That's good. That
I
you-
read
it's
back.
good that you know
Yeah.
how to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because not a lot of people know how to do that. I'm just saying that's not
I don't do it every day.
particularly how I work through stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more just like, I can't control this. I can't control that happened. So let's just focus on what's immediate.
Yeah. What you can do right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, man, you got me
do
hocking
it.
up lugs over here,
Anyway,
man.
bombshell when we come back.
Oh, Bombshell,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bombshell.
The movie. Bill doesn't
Yeah.
have a bombshell.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's got one in the break. Hey, Highly Suspect is coming to play the Agora in April. If you'd like to go, I'll hook you up after the break. 35192 if you want to text, or get to us at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go.